The podcast industry is booming. It seems like everyone is starting their own show. And if you're watching this video, then chances are you are too. And why shouldn't you? But you may be wondering, do I really need expensive equipment or a tricked out home studio to get a quality podcast out there for the masses? The answer is no. What's up, guys? I'm Andrew, the host of the Acoustic Cinema podcast on Loudstone TV. And today we're talking about how you can get a professional sounding podcast right from your cell phone. If you find this video useful, be sure to give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing. But let's jump in. Now, sure, you can open up the voice memo app on your phone, use the built-in microphone, record a podcast episode, and send it to the internet.
And then send it to the internet.
But that doesn't always mean you're going to be heard. One of the first rules and one of the critical components of success for podcasting, as well as video production, is audio. If you want your podcast to be taken seriously, you need professional sounding audio. Now, since this video is focusing on mobile podcasting, let's take a look at some mobile friendly microphones. The one I use is the Shure MV88 Plus. Now, this microphone is awesome. It comes with a convenient carry case, a mic mount, a phone clamp, a tripod, and everything you need to connect to either your iOS or your Android device. And one of the cool features of this microphone is that it works seamlessly with your phone's voice memo app. So you can just plug it in, open up the voice memo, and record like you normally would. What I really like, and if you want to get your sound dialed in even further, is the free Shure Motive Audio app. Let's take a look inside. With the Shure MV88 Plus attached to your phone, open up the Motive Audio app. On the bottom, you'll see 4 menu options for device, record, library, and settings. We're going to be focusing mainly on the device page. This is where you can tweak all of your microphone settings directly from your phone. So the first one we see is mic gain. That's how sensitive your mic is. The higher the number, the more sound that microphone is going to pick up. The lower the number, the less sensitive or the less sound it's going to pick up. And higher doesn't always mean better. That's when you start to hear that clipping, distorted sound, kind of sounds like a broken car stereo. For me, I'm always between 33 and around 27 to 25 dB. I found that's a good range for my voice. Next, you'll see some presets saved into the phone. We have things like speech mode, singing mode, flat mode, acoustic mode, and band mode. Obviously, if you're a podcaster, you'll probably work within the speech mode, and there are things that we can tweak inside of this preset, and then you can save it as a custom setting if you want. If you're a solo podcaster, you may want to look at this monocardioid pickup pattern. See that little pear shape? That means that all of the sound is being picked up from the front of your microphone. If you're 2 podcast hosts or a host and a guest, this microphone has the option of doing bidirectional or ribbon pattern or a stereo pattern. So that might be something that you're interested in trying and seeing if it works for your setup. And guys, if you don't really understand any of this technical stuff and you want me to do more deep dives of this in later videos, let me know down in the comment section, because I know as a beginner, some of this can be very overwhelming. So here we have some more processing features like limiters and compressors. Compressors are another area where you can improve volume of your podcast. And again, I can definitely break this down in another video. I usually leave the compressor on a light to a medium setting. I don't really go too heavy with the compression. High pass filter is great for if you have a really deep booming voice, but it starts to feed back or you hear some echoing in those lower frequencies. So that's great. I can just adjust the sensitivity of the high pass filter. Next, you have an equalizer. Just like your car stereo with the bass and the treble, you can adjust different sound frequencies, higher and lower, to either raise the volume or lower the volume of those sound ranges. You're not necessarily going to need to use all of these settings, but it's good to know that they're there, and it's good to know that you can mess around with them to really dial in the sound quality that you want for your podcast. After you're finished recording, it'll save right to a library inside the Shure app, which you can then use to send to your iCloud or your Dropbox, wherever you're hosting the audio files before you send them to the internet. When you get to the record tab, you can dial in the resolution of your recording, and that's that quality setting down there. If you're doing a video podcast, I highly suggest the 2448 kilohertz setting. And if you're just doing regular audio, you can use CD format, which is 1644.1. Again, if you don't understand those numbers and you're a little confused, I can definitely do a further breakdown of the concept in a future video. But as you can see, the app has a lot of great tools and features to get you sounding good right out of the box. In fact, one of my first YouTube videos was a cover of All Along the Watchtower recorded just with this microphone. So you can hear what that sounds like out of box without me changing any of the settings by clicking somewhere over here. And keep in mind, the Shure Motive MV88 Plus is one of a ton of options for your mobile podcast setup. I chose it because it's great for audio and video recording on the go or here in my home studio, but there are lots of different options from Rode, Tascam, Zoom, quality audio companies that put out great products consistently. If you're looking for affordable options for your mobile setup, check out IK Multimedia. They are a company that specializes in affordable, mobile-friendly content creation. So check them out. I'll leave a link down below. So I mentioned at the beginning of this video that I would talk about some apps that you can use to get started on your mobile podcast journey. And if you're looking for free apps, then the one you want is Anchor. Anchor is a podcast hosting platform that gets your podcast everywhere from Apple Podcasts to Google Podcasts and all the little hosting sites in between. In fact, Anchor is owned by Spotify, so you'll have direct publication to Spotify, which is really cool. Anchor gives you your own webpage on their website, so you don't have to pay for your own website to promote your show. You can just send people to the direct episode link on anchor.fm. You can upload show notes. You can even edit right from Anchor. It's a great free tool. And in fact, of all 3 podcasts that I've been a part of, all of them at one point in time have been hosted on Anchor. You're able to see episode statistics, total downloads, demographic information of your listeners, and so much more. And this video is not promoted by Anchor in any way. I just think it's a great free tool for beginner podcasters. So there you have it, guys, a completely mobile podcast setup that won't break the bank. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I'll see you next time.